Okay, morning again. Over the lay, public them is good morning, the language. Good morning, everyone. Good evening.
Morning, Geshe.
Morning. Hey, how's you guys? Everyone's temperature's okay? That's okay? Good. Okay. It's wonderful to, be able to do this kind of activity. You can say, like last year, this time, not really, I was still on the bed. Right? All right. The year before, and we have the COVID, we're not able to see each other. Even, some of the friends, someone coming around here, they say, oh, maybe he has COVID. Like, it's not, like trust each other. It's not personal problem, but, for the problem for the COVID. But, according to Buddhism, we say, things going up, down, the worst situation also not always like that. Best situation also not always that. Nothing too exciting. Maybe an example of one day, maybe you're the leader of whole country, we can say. One day you're the jail. We can see a lot of things. One day maybe you're the most richest person. Everyone follow you. One day maybe you'll be most first, how you call it? The poorest person. Maybe one time you're the maybe most famous person. Everyone follow you. Wow, 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 wow. And one day you're just not nobody. Therefore, things up or down. It's not certain. The good is always good, bad is always bad. As you can see, obviously, right? We a couple of years, all of the world very serious, very difficult for everyone. One problem to another problem, another problem. But now we very good shape. It's not best, never best, because our human, wish or mind needs more. But today, weather's very good. Even November, some will say November very warm, very bad for global warming, but for us very nice. It's not means we don't care the global warming. The weather's good, we feel good. But like that, weather's good, be able to come here, be able to join here, even somebody joins on the bed, and the sofa, very comfortable. Therefore, before COVID, we don't have the technology. We use the Zoom. We do that. Oh, what? Teach you on the Zoom? Okay, come. Everyone very superstition or surprised. There's something unusual. But thank you for COVID. We are able to join the Zoom for now everyone looking like normal. I choose that. Therefore, even the worst condition, worst situation, we can also get some good conditions, like this kind of things. Therefore, today, also we are coming here together. Special Tuesday is the very, according to Buddhism, it's a very special, powerful day. In Buddha's time, we have like 3 different occasions, very Buddha did special things. The first, we call Sakadawa, the 4th month, the 15th day, day 15, called Sakadawa, this Buddha enlightened, believe. And also he gave enlightened, he was born, he was also showed nirvana to pass away. Then the 4th Tibetan lunar calendar, 6th month, the 4th, 5th, 4th, right? It's a 4, number 4. It's a 4th? No, it's another one. He gave the teaching. Sagata was a 4th month, the day 15. And when after he enlightened, he didn't give the teaching 49 days. We call Chungo teaching as 6th month, the day 4th. Give the 4th teaching and the Saranat. Then Tuesday we call Buddha remains heaven, or he said, come back. Yeah, Tushida, return back to earth. That story is, when he was born, the 7 days, his real mother's passed away. And he became monk when he was 28, 29 years old. He enlightened 35 years old. He come back from the 33 heaven and the 41 years, I think that. Not sure exactly the numbers, but anyway, he went to the Kushida, got 33 in heaven. He went to that. His mom, after she passed away, she born there. He knows she's there. Therefore, for repair, for kindness for her, he went that. It was that 90 days. During that time in India, the kingdoms, those who have wisdom, faith Buddha, they say, where's Buddha? I didn't see a month. And he asked Buddha, masters, Guyana, right? And they're looking for the, I call clear wire. They also the Buddhas in heaven, teaching for all the gods who live there, teaching that. And they say, one of the king, he built a same size Buddha for the sandalwood. Sandalwood? Yeah, sandalwood. And he offerings, postations, do like that. And also he told them to please, we really miss Buddha, please go to, bring back to Buddha. Then as this year, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, Tuesday, called Shabbat teaching, and that the Lord stories, good things happen. And anyway, the Buddha come back to not far from Delhi, the location. I don't know what the location we call. It's something very complicated India sound. When he come back, all the Indian, during that time, the kings or the monasteries preparing, a lot of activities going on that day. And then, but they're not studying, maybe around, talk about that. Anyway, therefore, those days, whatever we create the activities for the virtuous action, as we believe, it become multiply. Because power for the time, powerful what Buddha at time he like dedication to whoever to those days become more powerful. Therefore, I think all the Buddhism, Tibetan of course, maybe Bhutan, or the Buddha Laos, Burmese, all they believe same. They do a lot of different activities, Dharma. Therefore, it's a very powerful day, wonderful day. So we also have doing bishops, right? He all become the Mahayana practice person one day. Therefore, for thank you Zoom, and now you can also do the Zoom. Is just get up to your bed, just put some shirt, then just pretend you're there. But when you do that, it's good, We're not able to bet, but we do some actions. That's good. During that time, we need to good motivation. According to Tibetan Buddhism, we say motivation is most important. We say motivation. What means motivation? What kind of motivation we need? It's motivation exactly we say. In the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, I take it up which into enlightenment. Their verses. You can just recite their verses. First verses, talk about the refuge. Second verse, talk about the bodhicitta. If we have that kind of thought, then we become Buddhism and Mahayana practitioners. Therefore, this is how what can we need motivation. Whatever I do, virtuous action today, they can become cause to all mothers simply become enlightened, happy, peace. Like that, okay? And this is very important. The daily life. Morning usually you're good. You wake up, wash whatever, then go to your Buddha room or your shrine room. If you have, you do prostration, do some motivation, then do a little meditation. The two curricula, I don't have the shrine room, or curricula, I have someone with me, or then you don't know your bed, just 4 minutes. You set on the motivation. Even the others are too curricula, even you can do your bed. Just thinking that motivation is okay. Therefore, we have 3 different ways to do that. You can choose best, middle, or last one. We don't want last one, right? We want best one. This is, always not try to too much. We don't want to, burn our energy. That's always just slowly. Don't stop, don't do too much. Therefore, because don't looking for the result very quickly. Not like take Tylenol or something, painkiller. It's not like that, because we have not enough to strong or understand in concentration. Therefore, anyway, I'm sure everyone has like motivation to do the precepts. Therefore, it's good day. When you think, okay, before you recite, it's good to, I don't know, the English one, they have also they little explain. Yeah, right. What you think, who did, what did, what means mine. If you read that, then you think that way. Or just come pick up the book, right? Or before you preparing, you have something experience. Same as when we go to some special interview, you have to prepare before, right? Not just go there. Like that, exercise, then you have more understand. But doing that day, maybe I just said Tibetan words, you have no idea what he talking about while reading, but you already know the meaning. What are you doing? More power, more strong, more benefit. Okay? This is like we talking about this Bishop Day. Then people like to meditation. Right? Meditation makes me sleep. Good, Meditation makes you sleep. It's good when you do not get sleep, not meditation. But that time doesn't work. our minds always opposite, right? We need to do something different ones. Therefore, like that, okay? See, yeah. 제자 곰제 슈가블야 아직 곰제 이럴 때 수수 셈나 곰바시게 다다르와 가리나 수수 이럴 때 곰바야 보이나 내가 가르친다 딱 되고시 ele komshimena ngado tata yongbundo wa techa gom jaya tendati gomje yetala chik susu gomri chega tata imbarwa.
So meditation, means familiarization. It means to familiarize, with the object of your meditation. So if you are familiarized, with the object or with any kind of activity, then it becomes easier to do it. So if you are not familiarized, then it becomes difficult. And so therefore, when we say meditation, that means to familiarize yourself with the object so that you can focus your mind on the object all the time.
Okay. 제자 다티 곰제베칼라 샴바 곰에레 니제 곰에레 샹초 섬 곰에레 뽕바니 곰에레 초 마타바 곰에레 레전데 곰 mambo 곰에레스.
And so when you're meditating, there has an object that you meditate on, which is same as saying, you want to be familiarized with that object. So the object of meditation can be loving kindness, compassion, can be bodhicitta, can be emptiness, can be impermanence, can be, the karmic law of cause effect, and so forth.
제자배나 동만이 곰스나 간레로 레서 남정도 챙겨라. 동만이 곰스나 소소 간지 아니 지 원생하고 간지 가리 나고 가르라 가리 샤와 가리 통와 가리 인삼바 예수주 삼만나지 매섬 삼만나지 트비오 말해서 된데게 섬도 디 강라 샤니 다대고요.
And so when you're meditating on emptiness, so you're thinking about an object that appears to your senses, right? So anything that you see, anything that you hear, anything that you smell, anything that you touch, and so forth. So any object that appears to your senses does not exist in a way they appear to you. Thinking like that, just don't exist in a way they appear to me. So thinking like that is what it means, to meditate on emptiness.
아니 잠바곰나 니저곰 잠바곰나 나빠나 심제 참마 나랑 나지 대반도 징바 징송이 반다 심제 참마라야 안제 간지요 참마라지 대화다 대외제다지 댐브라지 내가 쯤마루 드네로 삼는 거란 말이야.
So you're familiarizing your mind with that thought, thinking that nothing exists from their one side or do not exist in a way they appear to me, and placing your mind on that thought. So that's the meditation on emptiness, and then meditating on loving kindness. It's just like thinking just like I want to be happy. Other sentiments are same in wanting to be happy, and so therefore may they be happy, may they have happiness, may they have the cause of happiness. So thinking that, and then familiarizing your mind with that thought, and then placing your mind on that thought all the time.
아니 니제 거는 다 소수고 심제 참마 소소는 이제 동아 문도바 지바이바 아니 소수 내신녀바 제네 아니 동아니 제당 아니 지 동아 모여와 동아 제당 잡아 아니 동아 가로 티나마 간지 즉 링아 요슴 간지 돈에 간지 소소를 문도베 아니 강에 가야 마요 쇼슴 드네삼 되고 될 니제 고음사.
And then with the compassion, when you're meditating on compassion, you're thinking about the suffering. So just as I don't want to have any suffering, sentient beings are same in not wanting any sufferings. So therefore, may they be free from suffering, may they be free from the cause of suffering. So familiarizing your thought with that, mind with that thought, and then placing on that thought as long as possible. So that's meditating on compassion.
제가 다 나도 동반이 고미야. 잠바고만 이제 고미야 숨다 내가 마음을 시다 마음을 다 딘디 숨다고 누워.
So there's 3 meditations that you can do. I just explained. Of course, there are many other things that you can meditate on, everything that you can meditate on, but just for now, these 3 things that you meditate on.
제가 딘디지다 다나가도 곰티잖아요. 지나서 거기디 담네 지 담지 먼저 조강 나라 주도디 다스 고속도도 늘려야 소소 아니 내 고속도도 두준 늘려 텐데지 사람들한테 대타와이나 아니 내기 전에 아무나 땡기 전에 양 젊지 보여 그래.
So right now we're going to do meditation. So you can choose any of these three objects: loving kindness, compassion, or emptiness, and then place your mind on that thought, just as I explained. Place your mind on that thought, for the duration of the time that you meditate. And since we're doing this inside the Gompa, which is very blessed place, so it will be more special, to do that practice in the Gompa.
Okay, we're doing like a couple minutes, okay? And you can choose either one. Okay, try to doing that, not moving, not walking around. If just maybe not less than 5 minutes, okay? During that time, try to be serious, okay? Okay. Good. 아니 근데 조지가 송 조지가 그랬어. 샤조스마 샹섬 노린 차와서까지. 그거서
아니
디나라 가르르나 제가 남주 수주고 지 내가 요즘 그 쇼박 같은 거 가늘에 제고세 쇼에 나스.
So there's a text by Lama Atisha called the Rosary, of Jewels, and in that it explains, how do we take on our behaviors on a daily basis.
아니 수수 그 아니 지금 남주 때다 그 강사 시행라 너바 맞게워 제대 가르치고 그랬어.
And so like how do we put up our conduct and our proper conduct. So he explains, so what do you have to do to make your appearance, so from the way you look at people, your appearance, the way you look at people, so that they don't become irritated or angry with you.
아니 그뒤나 수수 그 미션반념도야 갑자기 방고 그랬어. 내가 지금 말했어. 저자들 여러.
And he said that, for that you should abandon arguing with others, like arguing. So this is right, this is wrong, or no, this is not this way, or this is not that way, and like that.
아니 제 샘체다 소소니 따완 통바야 나 조보조보요 답지도 같이 그랬어.
And so that's the the thing that you should do, so that others don't get irritated or become unhappy or angry with you. And then what do you have to do, to make others get along with you?
아니 그래나야 더 뇽다 타마도데 소소는 점다되고 그랬어. 아니 개모로 선되고 그랬어.
So the least you should do, of course there are many things, the least you should do, is smile. Always smile to others.
This is the most difficult for us, right? Can you smile not inside, outside? Pretend smile. 아주 제정은 동근 점다되게 미파줘를 대화 못 저기요.
So your smile, will give a lot of comfort, to others.
제자 안단다 조지게 대표는 손도 왔어. 근데 미 셴바고 소소 가오용하다. 아니 미 셴발라지 셴마도시대 셴바치라 판 점다된 거です.
So this is what Lama Atisha said in this text. So in order to make others happy with you or get along with you, then you should smile at them.
Okay, difficult, right? 제자 장군 뭐지 그러나 셴모쇼고도 너 nen가래도.
Like His Holiness, the Lama always smiles and laughs. So that's the significance of that.
그래서 아니 샘띵이 냠내도 요와였나? 아니 뭐네 아니 시에서는 딱 점다도 용거로 와. 시야 샘띵이 냠내 매나 땅가도 게못 드마셔나 단데 하고 놀아미지.
So if you have the smile, from the inside, with the experience, of your practice, when you smile, then people feel comfortable. But if you just putting up the show, to smile, but not really good intention from inside, then people will notice that.
아니 더 나중에 다 지금 소소도 미션반이 돈보여와 와라라지 가지 리다 생각 강요와 가잖아. 근데 소소 저거고 그랬어.
And another thing, to make oneself and others get along, is to practice patience. Always meditate or practice patience.
Okay. 제자 아니 소수문에 수업 고메때 아니 즉 소소다 미션게 바라라 다 시대때하기 주요는 만나지 자체 요는 만나지 자되고 그래.
So practicing patience, is one of the best conditions to give happiness to oneself and others.
Okay. Oh, this there. I'm in the challenge like the Kazan of the Lolo Jasachur, Tacho Kazan mobile looks at the work. They were Indian or somebody, Lojo Jasach here. You know, George drum temper and the academic using the Mabu song in the part shortage, Domshara, Dina Songunwa.
So this is in the text known as the 100, mind training text, 100 mind training text. And I don't know if this has been translated in English or not, but in this, there are these teachings, like short discussion between Lama Tesha, Domdamba, and other masters.
Okay. And it any George Layata and then drum temper condition. That Kanza chief, how are the Tamichaba Tobala Tachi? Ninga Dodo Chika chair, one matter.
And then Domdamba asked Lama Tesha for a person to gain enlightenment. Gain enlightenment, liberation.
What? Or Techawala. And they leverage Chavala and the Lami Manga the Kachawara down, Lojo the Kachawara, somebody.
And he said, which one is more important? Is it the instruction from the Lama, or is the study?
Ani tachu dene sumka ani chinga kajo lojo yabo chene tenyala tin kepaji yamba ina so nyamle jiwe kala ya an lame menga de ne ba shere sumai bar.
So even if you have studied all the 3 baskets of teachings, but at the time when you put into practice, the Lama's instruction is more important.
Yada tande kala tem mena ani chuda ani susugo nyamleni chokagan rosha gres.
So if you don't have that, the instructions from the Lama, then your study and practice will be separated.
Chuda kazani sosoda orta sosoda ya chuda kazani kano res.
So the practice here referring to the person and the teaching will be separated.
That thing of the Master Shantideva. I'm so Yamle down, but a shoot down social Yamlini card, Namina Chibayon Tomandua.
So your study and your practice doesn't also coincide with each other, right?
I'm so Demna, Yamli Chet Devla, social card to the Euro.
So we study, we put into the book, and then we don't go with the study. I mean, sorry, go with the practice.
Okay, 제자 아니 오늘 제나 주당 강사니 받제대로 가체마고 자르고로 되나 냠이야 보는 거.
So if you put into the practice, then you become one, with the Dharma, with the teachings.
Okay. Oh, this study to the church. And it was that Jimba Yashu Kartan was to him.
And then other question he asked is, what is the best thing to give or practice generosity on?
What? And it social one day can touch Jalakar tell him much about this. And it Suzu Tawala Machaba, Suzu Shobala Machaba, Suzu Samtula Machaba, Suzu Jechala Machaba, tell a touch by a shoulder.
So that's the thing to practice on generosity, is to not have attachment. So like not having attachment to one's possession, not having attachments to one's body or look, not having attachments to one's even view and so forth. Especially, we have very strong attachment and clinging to our views.
Right? Our idea.
So more strong we have that, more and trouble we'll get into with others. And then he asked another question saying, what is the best morality or practice of morality?
Is
it the best way to practice morality is to become monk, become nun, or take a vows? And he said, no, that's not it. The best morality, best practice of morality is to subdue one's mind.
So
if we are able to subdue our the activities of our body, speech, and mind, and then that is the best practice of morality. So there are many questions like that. If we were to go through all of them, we might not have enough time to do that.
Just I read sometimes this book. Always I leave this my book now ever. Sometimes I bought something to other things. I just turn and say, "Oh, this is nice one." Like you guys really like interest to read the book, right? Always read book. Tibetan, we don't really read. We don't like to read the books. The teachers always say, you put your book on your table, then you can read any times. If you put the bookshop, then you didn't bring back. Therefore, I just thought to put this one to my book, and I sometimes read. Oh, really like that? Oh, this is interesting one. Yeah, like that things. All the Kadamba masters, want the example to really practice to, daily life. Therefore, some very strong verses, like their verses of mind training, and 36 or 37. 37, those things are very, how you call it, like useful, very,
so something that you can put into practice on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, those things you can read. An example like Western people, I think the tradition, they read, okay, I wrote that book a long time ago, and then you finish. Doesn't work. Like one time I received a guide to the Bodhisattva Way, whole chapter in His Holiness, from His Holiness, and now Saranat, India. He said, you take this book with you wherever you go. If you read, you write. You say read or write. So, write or read. Read. If you read 9 times, you understand 9 different ways. It means they change the book meaning? No, because you have more knowledge. Your mind more focused like that. Therefore, if really you want to see our result to practice or study, you need to read book or same object, thinking more, read more, and more concentration. Then we can really see something really change or something really fill our mind. Otherwise, we just study. Wow, that's it. It's good. I'm not saying that bad. It's good. Shantideva said that, Nagarjuna said that, or Maharaj said that, we wrote that. And we don't really put into practice. And it's good you put very good influence. You have very good knowledge. But something, Atisha said, you need to, Lama Zopa said,
So that's the importance in having guru's instructions.
Okay, like that. Now we go to the patience. Are you patient? And that's the 제자. 아니 단다다 shunju 나라야. shunju 때 자세 침보 셔발이고 송. 샹저 샘 콜라. 아니 다 셰샤베. 다 배샤. 다 내려 다 이거 말해서 그 송도 와.
So this guide to the Buddhist way of life is the teaching given by the great Master Shantideva, and His Holiness always mentions that there is no better text than Guide to the Buddhist way of life that explains about bodhicitta.
And then they 된다도 도도 루잖아 철로가 찌나 두셔야.
So the whole meaning of the Guide to the Buddhist way of life, if you combine, can be combined in one stanza.
대단한 것도 대남주 주도나 여와 샹주 섬쪽으로 뭐지 마제 밤 제지 여와 냠밤 고네 배버셔도 다 책디나라 아니 내기 쇼juk 차단 두대.
So that verse of the bodhicitta that we always recite right at the end for the dedication, so that verse includes the whole teaching of the Guide to the Buddhist way of life.
뭐? 아니 숄 나나 내가 담보 되게 샹적으로 샘게 팬스 샹적으로 샘사데 행동도 가려야래스. 아니 그래서 샹적은 제나 되게 가려 팬도 솔로 팬도 간들이 도래스 셴 팬도 소도.
So the first chapter talks about the benefits of bodhicitta. What benefits are there if you generate bodhicitta? Who does it benefit, and so forth.
아니 샹적으로 샘세 간제 수두질라 끼바이나 다 집이 친구 듣는 거 투발해서 간제 소소 가디나 간제 집어 뭐지 강에만 말해 들리다 섬니자 노동라고 지와이나.
So in short, the benefit of generating bodhicitta is once you have generated bodhicitta, then from that day, your happiness is started. So you'll be only happy if you have generated bodhicitta.
가상하고 쉬임바 전남바야고 거나 샹지섬 공고레스 송야보로 거나 샹지섬 공고레스 조보조모야고 거나 샹지섬 공고레스.
So just like we mentioned, when we discussed before, right? That if you want to have a good look, you should generate bodhicitta. If you want to have success in your business, you should generate bodhicitta. And if you want to have surrounded by good friends, then you should have bodhicitta also.
당어도 그때 대전으로 데려와 오지. 다 되는 게 샹주선 배치 번나 되게 번나 랑게 좀 접아야 바나 연지 된 번나 샹주 샘티 초도 접아래서 아니 쇼로가 담보나 다 내가 담보나 소요와.
And so in the first chapter of this Guide to the Buddhist way of life, it mentions, right, that in order to fulfill the wishes of oneself and others, you should generate bodhicitta.
맞지. 아, 되게 배 전부 샹주선 안에 수수 때 jel라지나 가르치고 오 저런 게 주도 담아서 그래 수수 샘 담아서 그래.
And in order to generate such kind of bodhicitta, what do you have to do? It says you have to cleanse your mind. You have to, make your mind clean.
제가 남정도 연락 가고 조치치러 와. 내가 슈더시바 고송도 이제 대한점 가는 내가 슈더시스 이거 가기나라고. 내가 슈더시지 고도도 이제 대한점 바로 조치로 와. 제가 아니 수수고 대사 조카나라 야 고송 투도 응원의 산지에서 되는셔와라 정말 오체고 somewhere 대나지 수수 샘나 샹주고 샘제 니 따치 뭐 요한의 샹주고 수수 샘제 담아서 그래서 담아 가리서 온나 얘라 되는단 데베 아니 수수지야 내 자신은 너무 차돌아서 어디 메와서 그래서.
And so just like in the practice of the sixth preparatory practice, the first one is like cleaning your room, the shrine room, and setting up the representative of the body, Buddha's body, speech, and mind, and making undeceitful offerings and so forth, right? So just like that, so just like when you invite these holy beings into your shrine, you have to clean it up first, and then you invite, just like that. So in order to generate bodhicitta or invite bodhicitta into your mind, you have to clean your mind. So you clean your mind of what? Clean your mind of all those negative, emotions like attachment, anger, hatred, jealousy, and so forth. And so in order to generate bodhicitta, the biggest obstacle, is cherishing oneself. And the most favorable condition for generating bodhicitta is cherishing others. So these two, you have to minimize the self-cherishing attitude and maximize the cherishing others.
So
just like it is said in the Guru Puja also, and the lumbering part of the Guru Puja, it says, cherishing oneself is the doorway to all the torments, and cherishing other is the foundation of all good qualities.
So
what you have to cleanse your mind of, is the self-cherishing attitude. And in order to do that, you have to create a cause and condition to be able to do that, right? And the cause and condition for being able to do that is creating merit and purifying the negativities. So the accumulation of merit and purification of the negativity, is like the protein or energy in our body. You need the energy to do anything, with your body. So just like that, in order to be able to create those causes to generate bodhicitta, you have to have this energy of the purification and accumulation. So just like the energy, the accumulation of merit, is invisible also. You can't see the energy, right? So just like that, you don't see the the merits.
Can we set energy? Science can see energy.
Some energy. They can measure some energy, like heat.
Oh yeah.
Light.
Oh yeah, like that.
Not all energy.
Like that, like power, something like power. Need some our energy. It's in that they pick a color. Round change the shoot on the pick a color.
So that's very difficult. Of course, it's not easy to minimize the self-cherishing attitude and increase the mind that cherishes others. And especially towards the people that we don't like. I'll tell you a story. There was a guy, who asked, to teach him, who asked to be taught a refuge, how to take refuge.
And
then so first, the benefits, the importance of taking refuge is explained, right? And then the object of refuge is explained. And then after that, then he was told, to repeat the verse, that refuge verse.
And
so the verse, refuge verse, starts with taking refuge in the Guru. I take refuge in the Guru. And then he was told that, okay, so repeat this and say, I take refuge in the Guru. And he said, I take refuge in the Guru. And then after that, he said, then the Lama and asked him to repeat, I take refuge in the Buddha, but he would not repeat. He would just stare at him. And then after that, then he was asked to repeat the line, I take refuge in the Dharma, and he repeated that. And then after that, he was told to repeat, the line, I take refuge in the Sangha, and he did that. So he was asked to repeat this 3 times, right? So during the whole 3 repetition, he wouldn't say, I take refuge in the Buddha.
The Tibetan called Sanje. English Buddha, right? They're different name. And then Ganzo Peva Mila, Mikajala Sanje like Mimamo, Sanje Dan, Neta Sanje, Sanje Tashi, Sanje in the Doma, Sanje Chudazakaja, Sanje say Mimamo. Cheda mean that Koran Sanje says the Koran in Tubachan, Koran Pamdo, Koran Chora. And the telling the co Sanje that the Kondo Sadanigata. Sanje say me ko the Koran namju magas and meet mato that you could the gonna think Sanje in the cemetery quarto modus and the Tajin and the Sanje in the laptop like this.
And so there was one of his enemy, right, whose name was Buddha. You can call Buddha, you can give a name a Buddha to anybody, right? And so this person is called Buddha. There was a guy whose name was Buddha, and he had a fight with him, and he lost in the fight with this guy named Buddha. And so then when he was told to repeat, the line, I take refuge in the Buddha, and he was only thinking about his enemy. And that he couldn't say that line because he was he couldn't think about any benefits. He couldn't think about the other qualities. He can only think about the enemy, and he wouldn't want to repeat that. I take refuge in the Buddha.
Therefore, so
if your mind is kind of wounded in that way by something, that kind of fight and so forth, then it is difficult to heal that, right?
Yeah, Cheda Karzo Kashuru. Cheda Rajimate Vichin the Chorta and the Jetchimat Vichin and the Cheta Maduna Shanjo Kesa Sajakon, Saja Shanjo Yonsa Sajako Ravioma.
So like that, if you have enemies, people that you don't like around, then it's very difficult, to have that mind, that cherishes them, right? So without the mind that cherishes them, there's no way you can generate bodhicitta. So there will be no chair for bodhicitta to sit in your mind. So all the seats are taken by this self-cherishing attitude and jealousy, anger, and so forth. So the bodhicitta is a mind that wishes to gain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings, right? So when you don't have that thought towards all sentient beings, to benefit all sentient beings, and if you separate some sentient beings, I don't want to gain enlightenment for that person, then, there's no a door for bodhicitta to enter in your mind.
Okay, like that. And it takes that day to Thomas and Anish, Lego somebody, Tashanjas and the Kandi Jego, Tambo, Sosu, and the Lama and the nation some Tombale. And take Jenny and Sosu, but Coson to the night church.
And so then after that, once you have cleansed your mind, then how do you generate bodhicitta, right? So you receive teachings on the bodhicitta, you take the Bodhisattva vow, or do the mind generation in the presence of Guru, and so forth.
Oh, it's that thing like a Tombosong Shanjos and Matia, like some. Teach you like any Java, many like some. Teach you in Tamate, and the Java Conicon, like some Tamate, over like a Chine, and like a Chudani. What an name, but what?
And so And that way, so the first 3 chapters talks about the bodhicitta, 2 general bodhicitta. So 2 general bodhicitta where it's not generated, like the line, where it says may rise where it's not unborn, right? And then the next 3 chapters, 4, 5, and 6, is to maintain the bodhicitta so it doesn't generate. And I said, were born never decline. And then the last 3, the next 3, is about increasing the bodhicitta that has been generated already. So the last line says, but increase forevermore.
Today my eyes are really good. I couldn't really see. Okay, what verse we have? We have 55.
I think 66.
Like that, yeah. 66. 다 쇼로가 녀셔 조처랭아 디가 갈랑도나 간제 아니 소소고 라마 아니 소소고 녀녀도 투솔아야 바나 지 미셴베 코로라와나 드루체도 소소 코로라요 말에.
So and so even so in the verse 65, it's saying that we should not get angry towards those who harm our relatives, friends, and even one's own guru. So those people, the loved ones, are harmed by their own previous negative karmas.
안에 지금 다 소소로 내가 제가 제대로 신의 제가 나나야 안에 제가 세명의 명인자 저랑 고로사고 그래서 거죠. 저렇게 두시랭하는 것도 도와.
And then in the verse 66 it talks about if it is right to get angry, then you should get angry towards both animate being and inanimate objects.
어다데 빼잖아. 아진 도시나 쇼로가 두셔레 랩딘 랩제 레고 던지다 받친다 하시다. 그냥 덤에 빠자샤로라.
Okay, so let's read this from verse 66 to 70. At least we'll leave a positive imprint in our mind by reading it. Since embodied creatures are injured by both inanimate beings and inanimate objects, why only bear malice to the animate? It follows that I should patiently accept all harms. Should one person ignorantly do wrong and another ignorantly become angry with the wrongdoer, who would be at fault and who would be without fault? Why did I previously commit those actions because of which others now cause me harm? Since everything is related to my actions, why should I bear malice towards these enemies? When I have seen this to be so, I should strive for what is meritorious in order to certainly bring about loving thoughts between all. For example, when a fire in one house has moved onto another house, it is right to get rid of straw and such things that will cause the fire to spread.
야, 다 미지게나 다데 빼자다. 미지게 계란미 야고 모두라가 있나스마도 빼자다.
For example, if somebody says you are not a good person,
you got married. 당원은 가서 미디가 나와도 찌디가 나와랬어. That's right, 당원.
So the question here is asked, who harmed you? Is it the person or is it the word, or the harsh word? So we become unhappy from the time we heard that harsh word, right? So the real harmer, is the harsh word, right?
저랑 아니 리첸 아니 샘제 달 리첸은 것도 샘지 가다라 샘명에다 샘명바니가 저랑 내가 싶은 란다 임바이나 아니 저랑 샘명들 밑에까지 가르치는 고로사기 그래서 아니 대래 샘명을 접어공도 대는 접어공을 고 그래서
And so since we receive harm from both animate and inanimate objects, and similarly, then why we get angry only towards animate beings and not towards inanimate objects? And so just like we are patient with the inanimate objects, so we should be patient with the animate beings as well.
Sidi kola wansha yo mara midire ngala nawa chingde midi ko chejo laba inas ta te laba ne tigil lande buchere bide phaja yo.
And then it says that okay, so it's not the harsh word, because the harsh word is said by the person, so it's the person who harmed me. Then it is answered in verse 67.
Ta diga tambo de lala mombe nyeba chenna ngana do tu magange chingi kaje chana miyak mundu langeteya kora momba mishiba wana chejores. Chana kono sawa de lala mombe chod mote chojena chana pa kono sa chana ya mishiba mombe wana choware. Tela gyume kangi sha gyonda chide kangi shen. Tene ta chana nyingone pyongin sures.
And so then it says should one person ignorantly do wrong, right? So the person who said the harsh word, and another ignorantly become angry, and yourself, who is not able to practice patience with that and become angry towards that person, right? And so you both are under the control of the negative emotion, right? The anger. Then who would be at fault and who would be without fault? So if you are, if he is at fault, then you are at fault in the same way.
Right? This is not if that then they in the metal and some that susu got touch come up some down. Sanjig and the girl it's some sort of the way Shavala in the song, the thing when they in a minute, that's susu some down. So same.
So is it really like this or not? You have to think, it yourself, think it over by yourself. Shantideva said in this way, and is it really like that or not? You have to, think or analyze about that.
Then me pacho so like Chamia Mudu Langetea and the mobile Shava imba. So Corona the mobile Shava Tesu like Ratchet or Nishinaina, that's Zova Gomet up the shoe with that.
So if we find out through this analysis, we find out that the person who is saying harsh word is saying out of ignorance, and oneself who is becoming angry towards that person for saying the harsh word is also becoming angry out of ignorance. And if you understand that, then it becomes much easier to practice patience.
Okay, there's big difference. Teenager no to China, Sharat Zigmado, that teenager could generate and go Shashaglo. Chatham, the Gaji could share Zigmado.
So like in this country, the things, the wrong things done by the teenagers are accepted, saying that, oh, these are teenagers, and you don't take it very seriously.
Karana teenager live Kalaya, a Kuzu, Suzu, which same was some down, Suboy and Ratanga Chane, and the chicken Yamna, Komshi, Yamananda, Koyu Chane, chicken Uzu, Korozumane, chick touch. My teenager inside, towards no in a Pama, the Gagan, I couldn't check a car my teenager said or contract.
So when you reach the teenage, then I don't know, maybe it's because of the development in your body, development in your mind, and also the society, accepting that, oh, they're teenagers, that they're not to be blamed because they're teenagers. And like parents, the society, they all give this exception, to the teenagers. And because of that, when they do something wrong, you don't take it very seriously.
So
you kind of accept, say, oh, they're teenage, they're a teenager, and they will do that, So thinking like that, you kind of accept, what they're doing.
Right? Namjo Rasi thing, Lamgato Chusha, and Nando Sharada, could the Rasi figure say, me, my Ramat, you tuna Mitsama with the caress to a Jagro.
And another example, like if a drunkard, a drunken person vomits, on the street, then people say, oh yeah, he's drunken, he's drunken, and that's why he's doing it, so people don't take it seriously. But if it's a a regular undrunken person, vomit in the street, then people say, why is doing that? How can you do that like that? They take it very seriously. Is that right?
제가 대영원 가라 징안도 그 가로다 그 네트도 신경을 아무나 때 액셉트 쳐요. 지도 쳐고 되게 쳐버려 봐. 제지 봐라 고민 내가 전에 찍어버려 봐.
So the same, right? Somebody vomiting on the street, whether they are drunk or not, is the same thing, right? It's a vomit, it's vomit. One vomited, other vomited, same, right? But from our mind, this is one person is drunk and he vomits, so we accept that. Other person is conscious, not drunk, and still vomits without any care about others, and therefore we don't accept that. So, but in terms of the vomit, it's the same. So the difference is our side accepting it or not.
Right. This is a big deal. You need to like analytic meditation. Those things. If really you understand something, then it's pretty easy to be patient. It really doesn't bother what things are going on the other side. It doesn't bother your mind. You feel even if someone's really direct harms you, you really think you're not really angry the person. You say, oh, this is also controlled by their delusions. Yes, close delusion. This is all the difference to one's understand, one's not understand, or one is accept or not accept like that. That thing in the land, that should look in subject, the future Jagua, Kanga Genta, no should be, one that Kanga Genta, no should be, let the Winchi, Gishe, Tamchu, Lela Ralebi, talking that to the gods, Tanto Tamakanji Suzu, Kaza Jena, Nigi, Jawa Hamege. Sasha be legend, David, and the German training me or Tanga mixing the Kajana Kondo Salvador.
And so then the answer to both of these verses is given in verse 68. It says, why did I previously commit those actions because of which others now cause me harm? Since everything is related to my actions, why should I bear malice towards these enemies? So now it's like coming down to one's action. So whatever one is experiencing is because of one's own action or karma that one has created in the previous lives. And that is a very effective or sharp, like pointing verses in the mind training teaching known as the wheel of sharp weapon mind training.
다 저로가 두절 저rebje 우치래군다 다 두절에게 다 되게는 차상도 다 차가 됐다 신에 대달 신에 자다 주대야 강가 미셔버 소소라치 저런 미야고문들랑에 대야 머리 뭐 오네 봐 소소는 머리 몸배 용게 봐 대달 신에 아니 가르치거나 탐주 펜스 샹심 서스 장적을 성공고레스 샴 인지 장적 성공고레스.
And then the solution to all this is given in the verse 69. So after understanding all that, right, the person who is saying the harsh word is saying out of ignorance and oneself and getting angry towards that is getting angry toward out of ignorance, and all the actions that the results that we experience is the result of the negative karmas we previously committed. So therefore, it says, now when I have seen this to be so, I should strive for what is meritorious. So so seeing that all the harms comes from the negative karma, so now I should abandon the negative karmas and accumulate meritorious actions, and in order to do certainly bring about loving thoughts between all. And so for that, and I should have loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, altruism, towards all beings. So by doing so, I should accumulate more merits.
Okay, and so Kosholoka Tambo Tigale, Nipa Tigale, somebody Tenidre, a college lojo pay part child.
And so you can see that the former verse explains the later verse explains why there is so and so in the previous verse, right? And the first to the second, second to the third, like that. So if you study well, then you will see that all these verses are related and answers to each other.
I show look up in the Tamba, Tonjini,
And then verse 70 and 71 explains that, with the example, that you should completely, practice patience and give up, being angry towards it. So, like it says that, for example, when a fire in one house has moved into another house. So if there's a fire in the house, right, then in this country, like you call, the fire truck and they will come and they will just, pour water on that place, right, on the thing. And they will spread water and everywhere. And so it says, it is right to get rid of straw and such things that will cause the fire to spread. So anything, any straw and or any other precious things, that will cause the fire to spread, you will get rid, you'll get rid of that. So all this comes, from one's strong attachment. So anything that spreads the fire, like a paper, important documents, whatever it is, then you should get rid of that. And so it's just saying that it is the attachment that one has towards one's possession, towards one's body, towards one's relatives, friends, and so forth. And so just like, in order to protect the house from burning, then you should get rid of the things that can spread the fire or make the fire become stronger in the house. And so just like that, likewise, when the fire of hatred spreads to whatever my mind is attached to, I should immediately get rid of it. So anything, and so the attachment to your friends, your possession, your body, and so forth, that creates the fire of the hatred, you should get rid of them.
And tell us some China, tell it Mission Magazine, Sula Shana was. Shada de Suzugo Sonum Superiors. And the third Kalutan Suzugo Sonum would make Sichugo Reda, and Suzugo, Yamana Tawa, Yamana Samotanda, and what something like Suzugo idea.
So because of our attachment, to ourselves, our friend, right? Our possession, somebody who harms our possession, somebody who harms ourselves, somebody who harms our friends, right? Because we are attached to these things. Therefore, when somebody harms to those things, then we get angry, right? So the fire of anger comes from attachment, to these things, for oneself, for one's possession, for one's friends, relatives, and so forth, right? And so therefore, in order to stop the fire of hatred, to spread, one should give up the attachment, towards one's friends and so forth. And so it's saying that which is more important, so let the negative karma, let the merit, be burnt by this hatred, through attachment, to one's loved one, or should one get rid of, the attachment to loved ones?
인자도 남이도 파마텔치 쟁도 코노샤사사 말가래 지체 마서 생에 갈냐 마서 생아야 오체 마서 코노사 장자로와
So most of the people in this country, I think maybe, don't get angry so much, because of the others, right? My friends, my relatives, and so forth. But about myself, they didn't, they harmed me, or they didn't listen to me, they didn't do the like I wanted it to be done, and so forth. So therefore, it's all because of I, right? You get angry.
제가 대나요. 단대 샤접샘 그 국가도 섬대가 요와. 라치버도 제대로 파 매워 마소나. 샤접샘 용사코로 사자 칸바가 국가를 하매와.
So if you don't push the the self-cherishing attitude away from the chair in your mind, then you can't have the loving kindness, compassion, or bodhicitta to sit on it.
제가 소수고 소는 그 속대 매 마스와 제거나 내가 라치버도 제대로 매워서고로.
And if you don't want to, you don't want your merit, of cherishing others to be burned, then you should, get rid of the self-cherishing attitude.
Okay. Okay. 다 되는 것도 막 가려놓고 고송시와이나. 아직 안도 소수 내가 제와이나 미스 셴박 제와나 더 참아 그지 미시 뭐바 말이 온 거죠. 그래서 내가 고도.
So what we understood from all this, is that whatever others are doing, right, all the wrongdoings that others do and all the wrongdoings that one do, oneself does, is all because of ignorance, right?
And the show chini and miss Shember Sola Magawat Chevana. Hey, can I give him a such a leg?
And then the other thing is that whenever we experience something bad, oneself or one's relatives or one's friends, even one's guru is experiencing bad, it's because of our own negative karma that we have created in one of the previous lives.
But the Tamahakoa chain, that Karichakuna, and it's also Sham Ninja Shanjaka Cemetery, Kama Gomogres.
So by understanding all this, then we should always strive to create merit by meditating on loving kindness, compassion, altruism, and so forth.
아니 대가 나지고 소주고 쏘는 거 초다 소주 sem그 시대 말아야 제다 때때도 루당 제거래서.
And just like that, in order to not lose, one's peace of mind and comfort, and one should give up, a little bit of attachments, towards oneself and one's loved ones.
Okay, like that. Any questions? Any questions, you guys? The sleeping people there? Oh, not sleep. Sorry, I thought you guys were very quiet. I can see the front of me. I didn't really pay attention to you guys. I thought very quiet. You all moved. I don't hear any sound there. I thought sleeping. But it looks like you guys not sleeping. Good morning. Good. Okay. If you have any questions, then my day off. Okay. Okay, anyway. This is not just think, okay, Buddha said that, or Geshe said that, something like that. What Buddha said, what I said, try to investigation or examine for yourself, true or not. Because you hear the teacher of Buddha, then you can also check from your own mind, exam. This is the monks debate, always debate. They talk about same author's book, same object, same subject object. Same subject, same things. But they got, the same teacher, they got a lot of debates. Because it's mixed to more, how you call it, analytic meditation, then it keeps you really, oh yeah, that's the idea. Others, maybe that, or is interest how they work. But the debate, I just, have you anyone do the gold business? Nobody did? You know how to buy gold? You don't know? Nobody knows? You guys know anyone how to buy the gold? I'm very poor. When the people buy gold, they have to fight, they have to burn many ways. Is gold good or bad? Because long term, they're not technology. Right now, the technology check, right? That time, they're not technology. You have to physically check. The cutting, burning, burning, they check like that. Then you really find the real goal. Something like that. That Buddha teachings, not just we said. You can your own debate. One time, I went to my teacher's house. It's like, we went to Geshe Tenley, I went there. He has so many books here. Even he there, he doesn't talk. He just reading all the 3 or 4 books like that. And he just says, okay. He just said that. He doesn't pay attention. Then he did it. And he said, okay, we call Tsuga, Geshe Tsuga. I'm cautious for you. This is an example of, compassion. These books are like that. These books are like that. These books are like 3 books, different way. Okay, which one correct? I just try to all examine myself, but it doesn't work. Or like that, how they compare together. No, like that, then we don't have time to read so many books, but you do all on mind. Even you just go back. It doesn't make you sleepy. Then you can okay, what's that? It really works. If really you understand, like that, then it's really easy to also you follow that way. Okay? Okay, they will stop. Jenna, you.
Page 39 for Thanksgiving Model Offering. Aji Peking Juxing Made Tram, Rima Vision, Yamati, Sanji Jingu Ming Warki, Rogunanda Jingla Chu, Yitsun, Ame Kutse Raptenchi, Rapka Triple Chokcher Kipada, Something Pedro and Mesasum, Yidroe, and Selka. Yida Putratna My 2 collections vast the space that I have amassed from working with effort in this practice for a great length of time. I become the chief giver of all those whose wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held with loving compassion for all my life's ministry. May I find the best of complete graded paths, teachings, and may I be exalted by practicing, using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion. May I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the thoughts of the path. May I uphold the Buddhist teachings for a very long time, with my heart going out with great compassion. The most precious teachings are not spread one split line. They are a this treasure of happiness named. The minds of those who wish for liberation be granted boundless peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. I may even this great course of enlightenment completed due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhist children. They are human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make these conducive for practicing the excellent paths. Whenever someone makes an effort that act in accordance with the tenfold mind and virtuous practices, and they always be assisted. A host of prosperity spread everywhere. In that so much circle, stars are. They are in so gently, remain in life till sun The teachings of transmigratory beings who extensively clarifies the math and unifies everything in action. Love is in the hand, Lord, and in God's love beseech. May all your holy wishes be fulfilled. Page 49, the short long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. So Chan Shi Jam Yo Wei and Sin Yong Do Wei Kon So Your form and body so Buddhas, your nature is that of Vajradhara. You are the root of the three jewels, and much to you, Gurus. In short, I seek your blessings, protector, to be cared for you, unremittingly, thus to become your chief disciple, and every secret of your body, speech, and mind. O protector, please grant that all be auspicious for me to be foremost among your very perfect disciples, wherever you manifest. That all my temporal and ultimate wishes without exception may be effortlessly and spontaneously fulfilled. In all my lives, may I enjoy the magnificent Dharma. By completing the qualities of the stages and paths, may I quickly attain the state of Mahadhara. Furthermore, in life after life, may I, pleasing in return, be forever fostered by and accomplished by a spiritual master, source of every virtue of this world and beyond. In his care, may I acquire in him unshakable faith, pleasing him by every means possible, doing nothing even for an instant to disappoint him. May my spiritual master impart to me every instruction, every teaching in its entirety. Having understood them faultlessly, may I practice them and be able to bring them to perfection. May I never even for a moment fall under the sway of my teachers and misleading parents. Having developed in every life cause and effect of renunciation of the mind and pure view, may I embark upon them continually with effortless experience. In every life, may every virtue sat together by way of body, speech, and mind, causes solely welfare of others, and the truest and highest in life. 57 paragraph. Through this virtue may I swiftly navigating through place each and every second without exception in that state. Precious supreme Bodhi mind, where my heart increase forevermore. 875, make the same mark.
Okay.
Thank you, Geshe. Thank you, Damcho. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you. On Tuesday,
Thank you. Thank you.
Mahayana precepts for Lama Zopa, which will begin at 5:30 a.m. sharp. Geshe this morning spoke about becoming familiar with the benefits of the practice. And the link, if you don't have the text, there's an introduction that talks about that. And then Wednesday, Geshe continues his teachings on the 9 mental states for developing calm abiding. I think it's class number 3. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Friday.
Thank you, Geshe.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
101 starts tomorrow. First,
Thank you.
first 5 classes.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Good night. Good morning. Good night, Linda, Laura.
Thank you, Geshe. Thank you, Damcho.
Is the Tara chanting retreat happening this year? I know it usually happens first weekend in December.
Yeah, this weekend maybe at that time I have to still have to go to hospital after surgery.
Oh, So,
I'm not sure.
So you'll be in the hospital?
Maybe. Okay. Everyone do the Tara pray yourself, okay? Thank you. Okay, slowly, slowly.